started this. We won't? Okay. Oh, just leave it alone. Okay. We have the stream up now. All right, welcome back, folks. If you're just tuning in online here, apologize, we don't have our scores here on the overlay on the screen just yet. We'll get that fixed up for you in a little bit. This is the Philippines versus Singapore matchup. We're just working on getting a couple of the items fixed up here online. And as both teams here, Singapore and Philippines, battle down the wall, here comes Singapore now making a good drive along the short wall. Big flick through. Philippines down in front of their net to hold that off, and they strip the puck, swimming it off to the far side. And a nice job by the Philippines defense there. Philippines in black, Singapore in white for those watching online as well. Now both teams battling hard on the far wall, trying to open the play up here as they come back out into open water. Singapore looking for somebody to pass to, and a call on the play by the referee. It's going to be against the Philippines. Looks like the play was continuing there underwater. The ref had already called it dead. So referees are now setting the puck up for a white advantage for Singapore's advantage here. Deep in the Philippine zone. And we'll see what they do with this. There comes the swim through the advantage puck. They make the flick through. Philippines do a good job of making the initial stop and trying to push them out to the wall, which they do, and they get them on the wall. Referee has seen an infraction, but they're letting it play through, giving the teams a chance to sort it out. And now there's the call by the referee, and it's against Singapore this time. So Philippines will get an advantage coming out of their zone, which they'll be very happy with. And a shout out to Steve Cars online for tuning in. Enjoying the weather, Steve. Very hot and muggy here. All right, both teams continuing to battle there along the far wall. Philippines get a really nice drive now, though, down into Singapore's end. Another signal on the play is being called by the referee, and they're going to pull that up. It's going to be against Singapore this time. Philippines in a good position here to make a nice attack on the goal here. We'll see if they can take advantage of this. These two teams were battled very hard and close together yesterday. Here comes the advantage puck. Philippines right away try to swim that in from the 5 and 2. They push through. They're trying to get it in at the corner of the trough. All sorts of bodies down. Referees making a call here. One was signaling advantage. And we're just waiting for confirmation here. It looked like the one referee is signaling for a penalty shot. Or a penalty goal. We're just waiting on confirmation here. Okay, so it looks like they're setting up for a penalty shot. It's a penalty shot. Philippines penalty shot. So they're going to send two players down to take the penalty shot. So no goal scored initially. The score is 0-0 still right now. Apologies online. We don't have our overlay. We'll get that fixed hopefully later in the game if we can. So it's a 0-0 game. Here comes the penalty shot. They make the flick in. There is a call on the play by the referee. And it's an automatic goal, penalty goal. So there must have been a foul there by Singapore. And Philippines go up 1-0 in the first half. So good job by the Philippines team. Get the early score here. So 1-0 for the Philippines. And back we go underwater here. And they both challenge at the middle of the pool and then drive it back out towards the outside wall. Philippines now under some pressure from the Singapore team as they continue to drive that wall. Referee has seen another infraction on the play. And he pulls it up now. And it's going to be a caution for a free arm against Singapore. So Philippines will get an advantage puck here. Coming out of their zone. Here's the advantage puck now. They take it. They stay right in that corridor. And now they cut across the pool, getting some space and some open water, trying to outrun the Singapore defense. A nice curl drop pass to the Philippines. That was a great play. Now back in the middle of the pool. Oh, and a good check by Philippines. Oh, that was a great check by the Philippines, but there was a foul, unfortunately, on that check, an obstruction call. And so they will pull that back, and Philippines will be at a disadvantage. So advantage puck for Singapore team. Still 1-0 in the first half for the Philippines. Singapore now makes the drive. They try to flick through the middle, can't quite get it through, so they're forced to retreat, and another call on the play by the referee. They're looking for a player false start. Caution, false start on the Philippines. So if they false start again, that's going to be an automatic penalty. Singapore gets the advantage puck. Singapore immediately trying to jump through the middle there. Philippines do a good job stopping that, and they're in open water now. Oh, a nice cut back and a pass over. Now they drive towards the far end. Singapore picks that puck up, and a good interception almost there by Philippines. Couldn't quite get it, but the backfield comes in to help out there on the wall. Some great action here between these two teams as they play along the short wall, and then they drive it back out into the middle of the pool. Philippines trying to use the open pool smartly this time and stay off the wall. Compared to the previous games, they played a lot of wall battle. Philippines are fast in the open water. Here they are charging again, dropping the puck back. Makes a nice flick towards the outside. Philippines now trying to push through, and a call on the play. And it's going to be an illegal knockdown against Singapore. And so Philippines will get a nice advantage puck at this time, and it's going to be a timeout called. Timeout for Philippines. So Philippines will take their first timeout of the game, and their only timeout of the first period. They're going to strategize here on how to get this puck in towards the Singapore goal on this advantage puck deep in the Singapore zone. We'll see if they can do it, or if Singapore can hold them off. Currently, the score is 1-0 for Philippines. 1-0 in the first period. And Yes, we're aware of the score and the overlay online, guys. We're working on it. We've had some technical challenges here. It'll be up as soon as we can get it going. May not be until the second period, so just a heads up on that. All right, and here comes the advantage puck. And Philippines trying to make the flick through, but it looks like there's going to be an obstruction call against. 1 second, they're throwing out one player obstruction for 1 minute, I believe. It's going to be against the Philippines. Philippines number 9 going out. Christopher Palcarpo is going out. And back we go again. And another call on the play. And that's going to be against Singapore this time. And it's 1-0 right now currently with 5 minutes left in the match. And here we go again. Philippines taking the advantage puck. A nice flick over to the side. Looking for some room here. Having to drive it down into the corner. And they cut across the far side of the pool. Good drive by Singapore to go far wall. Now they work it into Philippines zone, trying to work that far side. And they battle along that wall again. Singapore's strength. Philippines looking to hold the line there on the wall. Both teams battling, trading possession back and forth here. On that far wall, trying to get things moving again. And here comes the puck now out into open space again. Good job by Philippines getting it off the wall. Now they drive out in the middle of the pool. Good cut play as they go back into the middle. And a call on the play by the referee. It's going to be obstruction, and it's against the Philippines. And so now we are headed back to an advantage puck for Singapore. Here we go at the Singapore advantage. They come up the middle initially, then cut out towards the side wall. Oh, and then pop back towards the middle. Good job by Philippines, though, stealing that puck. And they're having to retreat back into their corner. But now Singapore making a push hard along the back wall. And they're trying to get it down the back wall. It may have been gloved up the back wall. We're just waiting. It looks like referees are trying to confirm here. Referees are getting together for a quick conference and discussing this. One was calling for a goal. The other one, I believe, may have seen a foul. So we'll just wait and let them sort that out. So there was a stick infringement that happened before they got towards the goal. So earlier foul. But it was within the 3-meter zone, so it will be a penalty shot as a result. So Singapore getting the opportunity to take a penalty shot late in the first half of the game. And so we'll go down to our penalty shot camera here. And here goes the penalty shot with Singapore trying to come in and make the flick. Looks fairly quick and easy that they did. And yes, it is. So that is a goal by Singapore to tie it up in the first half. So 1-1 tie and a close matchup here between these two teams. And now a timeout is being called. White timeout with 1 minute 49 seconds left to play in the match. So what a fantastic match between these two evenly skilled teams here today. They battled back and forth yesterday in the 4-on-4. Singapore winning the gold, Philippines with the silver. Philippines playing fantastic today, looking for redemption in the 6-on-6. And a 1-1 game so far, both goals being scored on penalty shots. And here we go off the face-off now. The first half, 1 minute 40 seconds left to play. Singapore trying to drive in again quick on the Philippines. Both of them pushed out now to center court near the far wall. Philippines now making the drive down that far wall as they get a good push going. Singapore, though, answering back, holding the line, and a referee is seen an infraction. He's playing the advantage, and there's now the call. And the call is going to be against the Philippines. So Singapore will get an advantage puck with 1 minute left to play in the game. Still anybody's game at this point. 1-1 tie. And here we go with the advantage puck. Singapore takes it. All players are down at the moment. They're trying to drive that wall now back to center court. And now deeper into the Philippine zone they come. And Singapore now trying to make a push with less than 30 seconds left in the half. Philippines doing a good job holding them off as the puck starts to move out towards open water. We'll see if they get the flick across back. They don't. Singapore now driving towards the goal. They're pushing deep here with only 10 seconds left. There's been a call on the play. They're playing the advantage with 3 seconds left. Can they finish it off and put it in? And that will be halftime. So 1-1 at the half, Singapore and Philippines men. What an incredible first half. Again, both goals being scored only on a penalty shot, neither one being scored during regulation game time. So stay tuned for an absolutely fantastic second half here. We'll be right back with you in a couple of minutes. All right, and welcome back. If you're just tuning in online now, what a fantastic match here between Singapore and Philippines, 1-1. All right, 30 seconds left to go before we resume the play. We'll finish this matchup, then we will go to a short break for about a half an hour. Then we're into the semifinals of first versus fourth, second versus third, and then after that a break and on to the final matches of the day. So an exciting day here for both teams, and we're getting set to get underway in the second half of this Philippines versus Singapore team. Both teams right away off the draw, again pushed out to that far wall. Singapore has definitely played much more of a wall game throughout this tournament. Philippines trying to open things up. And a call on the play by the referee. It's going to be an advantage puck for the Philippines. It was an illegal knockdown. And so Philippines will get their first advantage of the second half. And we'll see if they can move that puck down into the Singapore zone, which they do quickly. They start to push down on that wall. Singapore trying to hold them tight there along that far wall and start to drive back. And another call on the play by the referee, stick infringement, and it's again against Singapore. So Philippines will again get the puck. We'll see if they open the game up into open water again or if they maintain that wall corridor play. Here comes the advantage puck. They choose to stay in the wall corridor. There's a signal being called initially on the play, but it looks like they're going to let that play through. So again, working the wall play, both teams on the far wall. Philippines now driving it right down in towards the Singapore corner. Good place to be when you are up points. They still are tied in this game. But definitely better than being in their defensive zone. Here comes the Philippines now trying to break it off the wall. It's slowly popping out. They continue to drive that corner, but Singapore stacking the defense there. And it looked like they may have pushed it through, though. We're waiting for a call here. The referees are just confirming. The referees are confirming here. So stand by. It wouldn't be a fantastic underwater hockey match without a little confusion and drama. So the referees are having a short discussion here on the side. All right, so the call is it was a gloving call. So the puck did not go in legally, therefore it's no goal. Gloving call, and it will be advantage puck for Singapore, which will be a welcome relief, as it looked like Philippines may have gotten the go-ahead goal, but they pushed it in with the glove. So back underway here. Ref set the line, and we are set to go again with Singapore taking the advantage puck out of their zone, and right away a call on the play. An obstruction call, it looks like. The referee is swimming over to explain this to the players. Okay, so they're going to make it, I believe, an equal puck. It is an equal puck. It was obstruction one from both teams. And here we go again. So play resumes on the equal puck. Philippines trying to keep it in the Singapore zone. but Singapore manages to get a nice breakout to the far side. Philippines, though, gives chase. They're still down, trying to keep possession of the puck here. Singapore, though, trying to get those big flicks through to the forwards, having some difficulty. Philippines doing a good job of stripping the puck and maintaining it on the wall this time. Singapore forced to hold tight. Oh, and he gets a nice little pop through to the forward, but the Philippines defense came in and cycled in once again, which was a great play. Now they try and pop it off the wall, and they do, but they're forced to retreat back towards the wall, and a call on the play. And it looks like it's going to be an obstruction call against the Philippines. And a shutout to the Philippines men from LA online. And back underwater we go with the Singapore team now trying to drive that wall. Philippines doing a great job this round holding the Singapore team up the wall. That was a nice flick up and over, but I believe you're going to see, yes, it was a stick infringement and obstruction on that play against Philippines. It was a good play, but a little bit of fouling results in the advantage puck for Singapore. It appears there was a referee. He's looking for another player here. He's giving him a caution. So no penalty on the play, just a caution. Advantage puck here for Singapore. And they go off to the far wall once again, right near center court. And we'll see how that plays out this time. 1-1 still with 10 minutes left to play in the match. Now Singapore trying to drive it out, and a call, I believe, by the referee. Yes, there was a call on the play on that drive out. It's a gloving call up the wall by Singapore. And so Philippines will get the advantage. Just under 10 minutes left to play. And a call by the coach for a timeout. Singapore timeout. So they'll take 1 minute to discuss some quick strategy here and get a breather. So a very evenly played game so far. Again, a very evenly played game so far between these two teams. Both goals scored only on penalty shots for each team. Nothing during regular time. So an exciting game for sure. We'll see if they can solve this in regulation time, or if they will end up in a draw. So about 8 seconds left here in the timeout, and they're getting set up, ready to go again. And here they go. Philippines with the advantage puck. Trying to drive it down right away, and they do along that far wall. They're getting the better of the attack here. Now it's coming across to the short wall. Singapore trying to flick it past, can't quite get it there. They cut to the inside. Philippines there to jump on the puck right away. 3 Singapore players down initially. Philippines make a nice push through along the wall. Here comes the drive push. They're down into the corner area now of Singapore. Singapore just trying to play some solid defense. Wait for the right time to pop the puck out. They do make a good play there. They get the initial flick through, but it gets picked off again by the Philippines. Now Singapore gets the puck underneath the body and drives forward. Good job getting up to the center court area again, right in between our two cameras. Singapore now looking for some help as they could do a nice little play, curl back and drive the wall again into Philippine zone. Apologies, our camera is right in front of the player bench on the Philippine side. We have a fin in front of the camera here. As the subs come out of the bench. Here comes the advantage puck now for Singapore. They make the push in, cut over towards the middle of the pool. They're trying to look for some open water. Philippines managed to steal that though, and a nice play getting back out to the middle of the pool. And a good job by both teams here, back and forth. Philippines now trying to drive it back into the Singapore zone. They're holding the short wall. Now Singapore starting to move back into the Philippines zone, and they do get a nice drive down to the 5-meter line. Now they'll play a little bit of defense on the wall there. And a good pick by Singapore, but Philippines managed to somehow get that back. Singapore still on the pressure here, right in the middle of this area, but Philippines picked the puck, and a call on the play, I believe, is going to result in an advantage puck against the Philippines, and yes, it is. And they may be calling for a penalty. And they're calling for a penalty against the Philippines for a free arm. Looks like it's going to be against number 1, David Kiek, going to the box, I believe. So this is going to be an interesting play now with a penalty to David Kiek. 6-on-5 now for Singapore. Singapore will have the advantage puck, and Philippines have taken their timeout to rest their players because they're going to have to battle this out for a full minute while the player is in the box. So with 30 seconds left in the timeout, coaches have had a few quick words with each of their teams. They'll get set up here for the advantage puck. 15 seconds left in the timeout. Singapore getting ready to rally here. 4 forwards, 2 backs. They're going to try and set up the wall here. And here comes the advantage puck. The 2 backs try to make it through. A good initial stop by Philippines hitting that puck. They do drive it out, but Singapore regains possession. They're looking for some room. They continue the pressure here, looking for a hole, trying to get through. Philippines steals the puck nicely and drives it out to the outside wall again. And a good play by Philippines defense. Singapore now trying to come back in, but Philippines holding them off into the far wall corner. And a good job by Singapore continuing the pressure on the defense. Here comes Singapore, though, cutting out in the open water, looking to try and get around them. There's still staying down. There's a big flick through. Here comes Singapore trying to push on the corner of the goal. They're charging in hard on the goal. And it looks like that may have been pushed in, and it was. So that is the go-ahead goal with 5:45 left to play in the game. 2-1 for Singapore, scored by number 6, Dong Nang Liu. We'll see now. The Singapore team has the lead. Philippines will have their player back in the water here at the touch of the puck. And they're back at 6-on-6. Full hockey again, game on. David is back into play and rested, and he's going to want to get a good drive on this next play. Philippines buying some time here, just waiting to set it up. They go across to the far wall again. Singapore gives chase. Both teams now around center court, trying to work things through. Philippines need to get a goal here as they start to make a drive. Here comes a nice push by Philippines. Singapore gets down, trying to hold the defense. A good pick by Philippines. Singapore's down in numbers, trying to do the defensive play. And they work it out to the side wall. Philippines, though, stays with the pressure on, and a call by the referee. It is gloving against Singapore, and so Philippines will get the advantage puck here in the deep Singapore zone. And here they go on the advantage puck. They swim the puck forward, make the flick. Singapore makes the initial stop. There's another flick through for Philippines. Here comes the charge now. They're trying hard. It's one-on-one as Singapore drives it back to the outside. And a call on the play there by the referee. It's going to be an advantage puck again for the Philippines on the 5-meter line. This is the chance now they've been waiting for. Right in the middle. They set the puck. Oh, this is a great spot, too, for the puck to be. Here they come now. Here's the big flick right through into the crowd. They're going to try and make the pop through, and a call on the play. Referee is making a call. We're just waiting for confirmation. And it's against the Philippines, that call. And so they will be very happy with that, Singapore, as Philippines were giving some intense pressure there. So Singapore now taking the advantage puck. They're going to come up the middle initially, looking for some room, and then try to drive it out to the side wall, which they do, the short wall. Philippines holding them now, under 3 minutes left to play in the match. Philippines have to get a goal here shortly to tie it up. Philippines applying pressure here now, but Singapore rallying right back and continuing to push hard on Philippines. They just want to get it out of their zone, and they do out to center court, but Philippines holding them up. Again, battling on the wall, looking for some open space, and they get it out. Now cutting across to the far wall, but there's a call on the play. And it's obstruction, white. So against the Singapore team, Philippines will get the advantage puck. 2 minutes left to play in this matchup. Can the Philippines rally? Here they come. There's the flick to the short wall. Singapore stacking 2 on the defense. Philippines down, just keeping the pressure there, looking for a hole. Singapore gets off the wall, but Philippines makes a great pick play. They're looking for a drop pass back. Here they come now. They're pressuring in on the corner. Philippines trying to get it off the wall. There's the cut-through play. Here's the hole they've been looking for, trying to push through. Singapore's down, holding the line. They drive it back to the wall again. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go. Philippines have to go in and charge and attack this now. They do. They're trying to go through the back wall. Singapore drives it back to the corner again. Philippines looking to drop back now. Singapore holding the corner, and a call on the play. Stop will clock. It's against the Philippines. Singapore with a welcome relief on that play will get the advantage puck. And here they come with the start of the play. Singapore works the puck out. They try to make the flick through. They get it over to the side wall. Philippines makes a nice little back pick, trying to push through under the body. The puck shoots out. Here comes a drive with a steal. Philippines trying. Singapore rallies and puts it back into the corner. Singapore now stacking the bodies defensively. Philippines got to go now. 30 seconds left to play. Singapore holding the corner. Philippines have to get in there and steal the puck and drive it. 20 seconds left to play. Can they rally and get this final drive? Singapore doing everything they can to hold this puck. Philippines have 12 seconds to go. They're trying to make the push now on the back wall. Singapore holding the defense. Philippines charging with 3 seconds left to go. There's the time. It is time. Singapore wins the match 2-1 in the dying seconds as Philippines were applying intense pressure. What a match between these two games. So we're going to take a short half-hour break, and we're going to be right back to our semifinals and then on to our final matches. So be sure to tune right back in. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back with you. Okay, I need were there new food tickets there?